to the tournament, but has picked things up as the week has gone on.
To Hopper to chase Turner, struggling with it, pick it up, and going to find the base eventually out there. Cheek for the Americans. This one is laced out to the gap. That's going to roll all the way to the fence where Bogash is going to pick it up. And Terkelsen will mosey on into second base with a stand-up double. Australia really threw things into a bit of a quandary. We started looking at the math and who had what kind of schedule as Julian takes one in the back shoulder. I don't know who got the worst of that, Julian or the ball. That one, they got it to 5-4 and had their chances to tie that game, but unable to come out on the top side. And they'll get the double play as a little soft liner to Johnson. They'll go back to first and double off Julian.
For Team USA, it's Miljavic on the bouncer, retired 4-3. Mark Porteous from New Zealand, Jose Rodriguez from Nicaragua at second base. Third base umpire Keith Cook from the United States, and Galip Somnes from Germany is the alternate official. And out at first is Zechman, 5-3. There's a hard hit ball, gobbled up though by Brewerton and on to first in time. So a trio of groundouts gets us started here.
And a leadoff walk for Simonson. Fence. And a bunt, good one put down. Turner got to go to first, almost throws it into the runner's path. Chris Miljavic will thank him for that later, I'm quite sure. Day's spectacle against Great Britain yesterday. Upstairs, chasing after it, down goes Frankie Fernandez for the second out. Mullins come into the game the other night. And here, Freddie Carmona will come in and handle Johnson, I think, as he's done a couple of times this week. This one way up high in the sky. Nick Mullins will put that in his back pocket for the final out of the inning. So,
and a shot down the line just off the glove of Silliman. Skips away from Weichart, and up to second goes Devine. I believe tomorrow here on Sports Canada TV. Swing and a miss by Turner, down on strikes he goes. Fourth. Now, the reason this is unofficial is because we're not done pool play, and if Australia loses...
No, but even if Australia loses, they still hold the hammer over Venezuela.
Yep.
I have to ask every morning.
Day 7. And Bogach went around through, so down on strikes he goes. So after the single, you set him down in order by way of strikeouts. 3 on the day for Terkelsen, and we'll head to the break and come back with the third inning from Saskatoon.
There's a little chopper in front of the plate. Johnson will pick that up on to Turner for the first out of the inning, 1-3. And he's going to lace this one out to right field for his first hit of the afternoon. Just as easy as that when you're Fred Terkelsen. And this one is laced right back up the middle over the glove of Josh Johnson. Snap throw into second. And nearly got Freddie Terkelsen wandering off second base there. Pat Sagdal coming in with the good hard throw. Johnson with a long look in. And going upstairs, chasing Julianen. Down on strike, swinging away at ball 4. Down on strikes, Jesper Silliman. So Denmark strands 2 more. We'll head to the home half of the third. Still scoreless, Denmark and USA. Nick Mullins, a ground out, 6-3, Northwest. Chopper on the infield, going up in the air to go get it as second baseman, Alex Brewerton. Miljavic puts this one down. Terkelsen got a turn, spin, throw, and get the out. So another 1-2-3 inning for Valdemar Terkelsen.
Guatemala taking on Denmark and Mexico taking on the Philippines. That's the matchups right now. Now, should things change with their standings, we'll update that as the day goes on, but that gives us a starting point as caught looking was Simonson. And snagged by Zechman.
Just a little soft liner off the bat of Brewerton. No.
Fernandez, the 7-hitter. Right there and not really ordered. He coming to the bat. Sports Canada.
Derek Zechman puts a charge into this one. Deep center field and gone. Zechman, the leading hitter for the U.S. And this game finally finds its first run here in the 4th inning. A home run by Zechman. And Palazzo, I guess the Americans brought their bats without the holes in it this inning. Just poking that one out to left field. Nate Devine for the U.S. On the move is Sandoval and slides under the high throw. And to date, that's been the only extra innings game of the tournament. Called strike 3. Nate Devine in a bit of disbelief. He'll head back to the bench.
It's always nice leaving with souvenirs.
Here's a shot just over the head of the second baseman, and Sandoval comes around to score easily. So Chase Turner, an RBI single, and the Americans making some noise here in the 4th inning with now 2 runs in. High in the air on the left side, coming on as this one blows back into fair territory. Michael Anderson was able to haul that in as he ran right over to the line and then had to go back half a dozen feet back into fair territory. On the move again is Turner, the head first slide safe as he evades the tag at second base by Frankie Fernandez. Was responsible for the second run, scoring Ryan Sandoval, but down go the Americans as Bogash again down on strikes. They'll count 2. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. United States 2, Denmark no score. Over the top, good looking pitch there from Josh Johnson doing his part. Jan Weichert down on strikes. Waving up top, down goes Michael Anderson for the second strikeout of the inning. And ball 4 to Terkelsen. Valdemar does a good job to poke this one into the corner. Here comes Fred Terkelsen into third. Sliding into second, safe is Valdemar. A couple of doubles and a single. Fred, a single and a walk. And this one is lofted out to short center. That's going to drop, and we're going to be in a tie ball game as a 2 RBI single from Daniel Julian. Well, knotted at 2. To the screen, Johnson looked like he slipped a little bit as he let that one go. And Julian up in the scoring position. Swinging underneath, Jesper Silliman down on strikes for the second time today. But Daniel Julian, a 2 RBI single, scores both the Terkelsens. And we're knotted at 2s. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th. And then 1:30-4, Guatemala, Denmark, Mexico, Philippines, as Kyle said. Those are over at Gordie Howe. Oh, a bad hop there, some topspin, and that takes second baseman Alex Brewerton right in the chest and ricocheting out into short center. E4 despite the tough hop, and Nick Mullins aboard here leading off the 5th. Sagdal will try to get Marcus Tan moving out there. Squares to bunt and fouls this one off. No, he didn't foul it off, just off the glove. Tan will pull into second base. Pat Sagdal. And the Americans with the go-ahead run now in scoring position. Turns to bunt again. This one's in the air. Turn throw back to second base. That almost had disaster written all over it. The top of the shop for Miljavic. Here's a chopper on the infield. That'll get through. And they're going to give the wave to Tan and now throw a late stop sign. And that's going to hit Zechman in the hands. I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those ones where they're going to call that a foul ball. It looked to me like Zechman took a pretty good step into the strike zone, but they're going to wave him on down to first. And that's what Terkelsen, the elder, is on to say. And we're going to get another conference here. But Kyle, I know Derek Zechman is pretty active in the box, but it looked to me like he took a definite step forward right into the path of that ball.
Well, that's what I kind of thought I saw and was wondering about that, but
well,
looks as though he's staying there. Terry Richter and company.
But goes down swinging here. Big strikeout for Lunderud. Kyle, your math for the top 4 in each pool confirmed. Nate Devine slugs this one out to right field. Short hops the fence. 1 scores, 2 scores. Zechman is going to round third and come around to score. Nate Devine into third, sliding. And now he'll be granted home plate as that ball ruled to have gone out of play on the ricochet at third. Clear the bases. The Americans back out in front.
Well, Devine got a hold of that and put it out into right field over beyond the reach of Martin Simonson. And it came all the way to the fence. He got it, bounded off the wall, threw it back in, and on a relay, it gets thrown what is deemed out of play and score the run on the air.
So 4 big runs for the Americans coming around on that play. And Nate Devine coming through in a big way for the U.S. Called strike 3. Down goes Anders Jorgensen on the outside corner. And that will bring up Alex Brewerton. JJ up to 9 strikeouts. Only 1 in the first 2 innings. So 8 over the last 4. And this one is well hit to center field. Going back, Sagdal at the track, reaches up and makes the grab. And this one lined over the head of Devine, who broke in instead of back. And a stand-up triple for Frankie Fernandez. So he gets on the board this afternoon after a pair of Ks. Devine, not sure what he thought was going on with that, but a step in, and then they were yelling back. An epic career over the years. Swing and a miss. And just like that, Gerald Muslar gets the Americans out of trouble in the 6th. We'll head to the 7th, or the bottom of the 6th. Let's do that one first.
You referenced the shortstop, so you're saying you're playing third base?
Well, I spent about 20 years over there.
All right.
Over the head of the pitcher, picked up by the shortstop, and on to first. Frankie Fernandez, good-looking play out there on the infield for Denmark.
I've been impressed with Frankie Fernandez this week. Sure-handed shortstop, can play third, so a bit of a utility guy, but stalwart for defense for the Danes here this week at the plate. But he had that triple back in the 6th inning, or rather 5th inning.
This one to Brewerton, the throw, and beating that out is Chris Heinlein, hitting for Bogash. First base, the coach. Want to say hi to Greg's family, the Hicks family, out in California. Tan slugs this one out to left field. And his first hit of the tournament, I think, for Marcus. New and fresh blood for this program.
Well, they'll need someone new for 17.
This one is well hit to left. It's going to drift back close to the track for left fielder Michael Anderson. Heinlein and Tan both move up 60 feet. And this is well hit by Miljavic to center field, and that's gone. And that, I believe, is the ball game. A walk-off home run by Chris Miljavic, and that'll do it. A 7-run differential, and 9-2 will be the final. Miljavic walks it off for the U.S. Getting confirmation from Terry Richter and the coaches as they realize this one indeed has come to an end. So the Americans will close out the round robin with a win. It's not enough to get them into the playoff round. They will play in the consolation bracket. They'll get a day off tomorrow. Denmark will play Guatemala. Stay tuned here on Sports Canada TV and Ballpark Broadcasting. Canada, Philippines coming up next.